Liquid's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Liquid's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining.
StarLadder.
Liquid's turn to pick.
Dazzle. Shadow Fiend.
Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining.
Darkseer.
Liquid's turn to ban.
No.
Dire team ban.
Terrified. Gave it away
Liquid's
again.
turn to ban.
StarLadder and Darkseer. What are you doing, Liquid? So clearly they have a plan. Didn't work out too well in the last game, but they're already heavy into a Minus Armor strategy of their own with a Dazzle Shadow Fiend, and also a fantastic combination in general where you just want to grave SF as he's going for the Requiem.
remaining.
But Vega already have 2 stuns. So in terms of not being able to allow that to happen, still
5
looking
seconds
okay for
remaining.
Vega. Like the vacuum you can hit from so far away if you haven't already used it during the engagement. And then, of course,
Reserve
bashes and
time.
crushes can often be the bane of a Shadow Fiend's existence as he's trying to get
Dire
off that
team
massive
ban.
ultimate here.
Yeah. And it's also worth noting that Darkseer, even further away now, that level 10 talent, 100 cast range. I feel like that thing is so good on this hero for being able to just get that extra little bit of distance, even early on, which is something that you're
10
definitely going to need.
seconds
So
remaining.
cool stuff all around. Very excited about the prospect of
5
seeing another
seconds
StarLadder
remaining.
Darkseer lane. They have the Dazzle to help shore up the safe lane, but that kind of was the case
Reserve
last
time.
time as well. Do they need to commit a full tri-lane there? And also, are we going to see a clockwork from Team Liquid?
Ah, but of course, yes. We always have to. Oh no, we're not.
Liquid's
No.
turn to
All
ban.
right.
Well, you got the snipes, but yeah, it's a classic. So a little sad there, but full tri lane is that the answer? Well, there definitely needs to be someone survival. You want Jug, but he's banned out. He's the number 1 hero that you want to go for up
10
against Darkseer
seconds
StarLadder.
remaining.
I'd say for the most part, even he runs into some trouble. In some ways,
5
but at least he
seconds
has the healing
remaining.
ward and he's generally survivable, can really turn around a quick fight.
Reserve time.
Earth Shaker.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I don't know. I'm intrigued. I will leave it at that. I mean, once the Earthshaker comes out, just the questions are flying already. And now I'm just wondering if
Shadow Demon.
Liquid's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Bat Rider.
Dire team pick. Luna. Liquid's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
No. Yeah. I don't think. I mean, they could make like a rotation and try and get something done, perhaps, but I can't see. What do I know? I don't know. Earthshaker. No one's really picking this year right now, so we see him here and again, and it will be the Quap 7.0 lineup. This is fantastic. If it wasn't Ember, it had to be Quap. This is just the best.
Necrophage.
Hey, you. This is a trial by fire draft, dude. This is crazy. Liquid are insane. They're wild. Like this is madness. What a crazy lineup. I mean, I like Liquid's draft in general. Like, if I just look at this, like, you know, I got my hand over my screen right now, and I'm blocking the top 5 heroes. I'm looking at Liquid's draft. I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen a lot of Necro. That hero's been looking good. We got our defensive support Dazzle, and then I move my hand and I see Vega's lineup, and I go, oh my god, that is a sea of perplexing purple. It is gonna completely mess you up.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'm really concerned about that lane. I feel like they can apply so much pressure, even if it's just slow chip damage over time. I don't know. Turnpacks, who are you favoring going into this one?
I'm favoring. I have to favor Vega's draft after game 1. Right now, someone just.
Oh, that's
who's the
great.
Idiot now. So, I like never have chat open.
Absolutely.
And we're ready to go.
I love it. Well, G
Gotta embrace it, dude.
I know, it's a very little moment. Kuro there going to be able to go for the quick smoke and movement in towards the jungle, trying to lay down some observer wards. We're going to see the same thing from Seneko. And he's actually going to run into Miracle here. So they aren't going to get any wards down.
Too.
Yeah.
That is rough. Yeah, I didn't realize he had the double.
It's sketchy start from Vega there. GH could have gotten a fissure off maybe, but he's probably a little bit too far away. What do you think about this opening though? Like the boots clarity tells me he's not going to want to sit in that bottom lane very much.
I'm kind of wondering, like, like, what was the play there with Seneko? What was he attempting to gain from putting that ward up? He's trying to block off these camps from Batrider. Maybe, like, was he trying to make it look like they were blocking off the camps from Batrider to say that they were going to tri-lane top? Because no one's been seeing all these 2 wards, and if they're going to dodge this aggro tri-lane, it's working out fantastically. Because they have full vision in here, but they won't have anything down bottom. And now they're just rotating everyone. So I think Liquid were trying to set up for a Darkseer versus Necro lane. And that will not be what they get. So GH probably going to Well, I guess he can't buy TP because he used all his cash.
Oh man. Well, and now Vega, they are going to end up getting 3 bounty runes as well. They might have been able to find a kill there onto Matumba Man had the Shadow Demon been walking out in front, but instead, blocking out those camps like you said, and very odd start to this laning stage. GH is just going to be running around mid and trying to help out to the best of his abilities, but it's not as great against the Queen of Pain as some of the other heroes. We'll have to see which skill she picks up early on, but we'll pick herself up some stuff off the courier. Just try and last hit a little bit.
Some solid bullying. Force at the salve early.
God, a G specialty. All right, Matumba Man going for the Ghost Shroud. Now, here's one downside to this, is that you do still have a decent amount of magical damage that can come out from this team. You think about that Lucent Beam a little bit later on, so we'll have to watch how this lane goes, but already a little bit tough.
I can't get over this draft, dude. I'm just looking at it, just like losing my mind. But yeah, I think Vega, they got the draft I'm sure they wanted. They got the lanes they wanted. Mind Control is getting a ton up top here, though, and this is one thing that he would have had some trouble with. So they had moved GH up top here, just contesting Mag quite a bit here. Here's Mind Control and GH are best buds. They're always up together in these lanes, making sure the Mind Control gets himself off to a pretty good start. And had they actually try lane top, he'd be pretty poor.
Oh, blocked off fully. Mag, they're not going to be able to get any type of body blocks, obviously. But meanwhile, the catch down here in the bottom lane, looking for Kuro. They aren't going to be able to quite catch him. Not level 2 yet for Sneko for that sprint. But very scary start to this game for Queen of Pain. She's going to be forced back and go to the Shrine. Shadow Fiend already 10-4 compared to the 5-2 for the Quap. So we'll have to see how this lane develops, but already looking pretty good for Miracle.
Yeah, G's got a second point in the dagger now, though, and with GH not babysitting the entire time, things should start to look a little bit better for G. Bottom lane's what I assume will be start to be the more interesting one. Is Seema does get a disruption off, Kuro, and no grave or anything. Oh, the creep! Betrayed!
The range creep just wanted to help, but just wanted to be a pal, but couldn't end up doing it, so they find first blood.
Yeah, couldn't tangle around it in time.
Matumba Man, and a good bit of damage there. Let's be careful.
Yeah, that Ghost Shroud cooldown's pretty long too. It doesn't even scale up that well, and not that you really get too many points into it early anyway, so plenty of time to use them.
Miracle, Vega, double fairy fire action. Oh,
bottom lane
comes in
Matumba
for the save. Diving for him. They want to be able to get that kill. As soon as Dazzle leaves, they rotate in. Sneko, though, he tried to TP away from the tower. Oh, he still had vision. Not what he wanted to see at all. How did they still have vision there?
I don't know. That was rough.
Is that a necro thing?
Yeah, there might have been like a death pulse still going towards him near the last one or something like that. That would be my best guess. Oh, and G comes back just with full mana and ball kills Miracle.
I was pontificating about Dota 2 mechanics. They found a kill. So 2-3 so far. Very aggressive play by both squads. Well, at this early point in the laning phase, is there anybody that you feel like is sort of coming out for the better side of things? So we have the Earthshaker wraparound.
I would say the Vega strats seem to be working pretty damn well.
Oh.
It should be start to get pretty tough to give it. Actually, Vega's pretty low here. Fisher into double raise might work, or rather G, sorry. And he spotted him. He came down too low on the steps, so G will be playing more cautiously, and he gets the bottle here. Sneko steal up that jungle rune. Not like there's anyone here to contest it, though.
Yeah. And Kuro, he just doesn't want to go for it, so a little bit too scary. The big winner in all of this, though, for Liquid is definitely Mind Control. He'll get up to a very quick Blink Dagger, and that rotation in to try and damage the Queen of Pain could definitely cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and that's the big thing to watch for this game is, well, speaking of rotations, Snake will come in. He's got 2 points sprint.
Oh, GH is here as well, though. They're going on to Miracle. A nice stun. They're going to be able to jump out of there, but I think that Sneko is going to go down now. Yeah. Healing bomb, jump, trying to find a kill. Not going to get it. Miracle hasted up, able to dodge away.
Just holding that for quite a while, too. Make sure it'd be fine.
They realize there's a ward there as well, so.
I think it's good reason that they gave all this priority up to mind control, though, because this game's going to be a lot different than Face's Void game. When he actually has a Blink Dagger, he can go for some lasso plays with Matumba Man. Just levels will be enough for him to get some work done, not so much like the Ember, where although levels do help out with our new Magic Ember, he still needs a little bit of farm to be mobile, and quite a few levels to do some serious work here, whereas now just maybe getting up to 6 for Matumba Man will be enough for a Blink Lasso. Just a quick smoke play, and try and slow down either Ditchera or G, especially someone so slippery like G. But oh well, G dead, bottom lane.
Over here,
Kuro.
top. Wow. All right. Well, multiple kills going on all around the map. What was the one in the mid? I ended up missing that one.
No idea.
I
don't know how he got killed.
Just I guess a little bit of a misplay there for G. He can build back into the... He doesn't even have boots right now. This is a really tough one for him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's almost half the net worth of Miracle at this point.
Jeez. Maybe here they can find some way to kill off the... Oh, he gets off the Ghost Shroud, but Tumbleman just heals up so much from that. That's so hard to bring down, but still the is on top of him, and they are going to be able to find that kill. Nicely played. Top lane, looking for more mind control, trying to find Mag. Going to be able to keep up with him.
Jeez, your poor fingers to this camera work this game. This is action all over the place.
Yeah, 9 kills, 6 minutes. Wouldn't have it other way, though. Queen of Pain now level 6. So at this stage, do you bring somebody in mid to rotate to find a kill onto Miracle, or do you think that it's going to be time to try and have her leave the lane?
That would be ideal, but I figure with the Invis rune, they might be suspecting something like that. I mean, Kuro's already mid. Also, still only level 3, so his levels are a bit low. When you look at like the Shadow Demon level 5, and I guess Snako now just getting to 4 with the Bounty rune, so not too crazy behind, but they're going to try something here. Again, I do think this is probably pretty telegraphed. Matumba Man's like, well, they're not here, and it's unlikely they head top for Meg. So, Kuro's got the right idea.
Kuro hanging out. They're going to sprint in, spot out the Dazzle. They might still go for this. No, yeah, everybody's there. They don't have enough time. Well, Liquid on top of it, realizing what could come their way, and they end up stopping the gank. And this is what's just so great about that hero.
Oh, mind control. He's kind of low. He'll need some more assistance. Maybe if G could push this wave and get there in time, but it's quite a ways away. Snake will just soak a lot of the experience, though. Just be good enough for him. Oh, get over there, dude.
They're waiting for everybody else to show up. They actually want to try and go on him here. They need to still be careful here in the mid lane. G is there with a Sonic Wave available, so could be a very quick snap. The unfortunate part is he might walk into the sentry ward that's already been placed down. Top lane, they aren't going to be able to find anything as of yet. Eyes on both of those is...
Yeah, they're not even going to get anything out of this. Like, that Invis room was just sitting mid with it for so long, they knew that he'd have to try and make a play with it soon, so no real benefit there. And, well, at least Miracle only gets an illusion rune. Man, they missed out on so much going for that kill on mind control. Like, that was the triple stack, I think it was, that he didn't even get the leech on.
Yeah.
So full experience and gold heading the way of mind control. He's at 3k. He's the same as the Luna, who's just been passively farming down bottom. Whereas, I guess so is Mag, though. You know, him and the Bat Rider are relatively similar.
Well, it looks like Quap is just going to walk up into mid. Gets caught with the fissure. 1 raise. Ooh, almost 2 there. They also have the imprisonment now onto mind control. Keep him away from the Shadow Demon. And Vega are kind of trying to split the map up right now. It doesn't feel like they want to try and fight until they get those initial items up, but it's going to be a while.
Yeah, whereas the Radiant pretty much just waiting on mind control. His Blink Dagger. I like Matumba Man. This is one thing that not too many carries can do. Just super aggressive. Doesn't really feel too much pressure coming from the side of Vega. He's just up here, pressing some buttons, hitting some creeps. He's got his scythe in case someone tries to dive him.
Oh, GH also is going to run into a couple of these Vega heroes. You know, there's been a lot of talk about Radiant Dire Advantage. One of the things is definitely the high ground, low ground down here. Always really scary moments if you're Dire team trying to farm over there. But, well, kind of passive after the first minutes of action, and sort of wondering, like, if you're losing out on value on this Queen of Pain pick if you're not getting kills early on with the Sonic Wave. Like, obviously it does great into the later stages, but love to be able to accelerate a little bit more. Currently she's below all the other cores in the game.
Yeah, I think that just comes from the way Liquid are playing, though. They're just fully playing around the idea of this Queen of Pain. They're not diving towers, so she can't punish that way. That tends to be like her and Puck are just so good at, you know, you're diving one of my heroes. I'm just going to hop right to the tower. I'm going to Sonic Wave you. I'm going to blink forward and chase the second guy who was on your team, and now we have a big advantage. But instead, G hits 6, and Kuro just sits mid. He's like, I know you guys are just going to try and kill Miracle, so I'm just going to camp here with Grave the whole time. And he just kind of moves around to eliminate any of those opportunities. So just not offering the opportunity whatsoever.
A little bit unfortunate exchange down there bottom. Kuro walked into the trees and Sioma auto-attacked him, which signaled that they were setting up for a gank down bottom. So Kuro playing very far back now. The Snako dive in. Might be able to find him, but guesses the wrong direction. And it will be able to take this tower, but that signals to Liquid it's time to move up top.
Yeah, Mentama Man's been up here for a while. So it's not even necessary that they would have seen a rotation coming here, but alright, those are going to show anyway, so they just want this as fast as possible. And Mentama Man will be well on its way to the mechanism now. Already 500 gold. So him and Meg, very similar, their builds.
Absolutely. Well, and now Darkseer, all right, mechanism up and online. They've got all these tools for fighting right now. They can definitely get aggressive. They don't have the Blink Dagger, but they have the Eclipse up and online for Luna. Feels like some point in time, somebody just needs to say, all right, enough farming, enough trying to trade off with these towers. Let's make this happen.
This is a nice moment for them, too, because the Blink Dagger is not up quite yet on mind control. They're even going to have to use a Fortify. Of course, they'll get it back the next time they lose the tower, so it's not a big deal, but... Snako?
Umba's here. They're all moving in right now. They have already used the ulti down onto Snako. Not quite going to be able to find that kill. The mechanism keeps him alive as well. They pop the Eclipse, hitting onto a lot of creeps. Mind control, not going to die as of yet from this. And, well, he might be in a lot of trouble. Echo Slam dropped down. G had the Sonic Wave, did not decide to use it, and hasted up Miracle. Wants Snako, should be able to run him down. Oh, good fissure as well to control him out there. Mag trying to run away desperately, but Miracle's pretty swift as well. A lot of duration left on this haster, and it can't just run down under tower after him. The slow is not going to end up mattering from the wall, but man, that was a scary little moment there.
That is not how Vega saw that playing out. They were like, okay, they don't have any way to initiate on us, so we're just going to siege this tower, but then Snako's in too deep, so he's not there for any sort of like a counterplay over here. They can't just run back. There's a haste rune on Miracle. Couple different things adding up there. An advanced Liquid is G will find Kuro, but
yeah, G wanted to go for this kill. Did blink in for it as well aggressively. Stick charge is not going to be enough. And they lose G after what was a very strong game number 1. Looks like Liquid came back with a plan and are really punishing this Vega Squadron team.
That's 380 gold for Mind Control, who just picked up his blink too. He can start moving himself into a 4-staff here, assuming he goes for the more standard build. And really try and find Ditcherod, drag him out of this safe haven here, and try and get him away from that Disruptor. Or rather, Shadow Demon, the one who disrupts.
Oh, I got that mixed up.
I mean, he was still with the Slayer, so it's all the same, right? Like.
Oh, absolutely. What do you think about this build for Miracle? He went treads into Blink on the Shadow Fiend, and now back towards BKB.
This is like the classic aggressive snowballing kind of a build, where you just want to force and push and fight. Sometimes you kind of see a Yules as well, but Blink usually just means you're not afraid of anything. And you're just willing to hop on in there, start right-clicking people. You have enough backup too. He has the Dazzle, he has the Shaker, so even with just the heals and Necrophos, he's feeling happy just dumping on in. Like, look at this! That was sexy.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Who needs a Yules?
Bumps, everybody. That's the play. They're going to go in now. Miracle is going to die for that one, but it was flashy nonetheless.
All right, that wasn't worth it. And without the Dazzle there, it doesn't work quite as well.
Good fissure to stop the chase there. Go. He's going to have to wait for this one to wear off as he's stuck in the middle.
Look at the difference in respawn timers. I mean, that was a 30-second addition, and still, Quavil's going to be back up before Shadow Feed. That's just how far ahead Miracle is.
That's nuts. So I guess we found out what it is the combo for Liquid. You get the Earthshaker to start off with the stun, and then you just jump on top of them. Kind of neat.
Yeah, this is well done. Again, it'll work a little bit better, I'm sure, when they have their full combination going here. But there's a lot of different reasons to make this blink very good. It just wasn't Best execution of it, I suppose. Yeah. Mind control. Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Just Spidey senses, or I don't know. Maybe he saw him through the tree or something.
I think he finished off the creep wave, maybe. And he just blinked back and was afraid.
Tower is under attack.
So
Mixed up there.
a little bit late on it, but was worried that he wasn't going to get the rest of his team in time. So I can understand it. Also, no Reaper Scythe on Necros. They would have needed the full duration of right clicks and spell spam to find that kill.
Well, now slowed down, Mr. Miracle. That death from further away from that BKB, but they do have the Force Staff here. So once again, they'll probably smoke up, get aggressive, try and make use of this lasso. And yeah, that's Darside buying one. But actually, Mind Control is holding a smoke of his own. What about Mr. GH? This guy has been doing very well on the slider when we watch him play. Always getting that gold up and early, but the slider, I would say, tends to be a little bit more like divey, so he can really accelerate his farm with a bunch of crazy kills, lower cooldowns, just like crushing. Whereas Earthshaker, you got that 15-second cooldown Fisher, and you know, if you mess that up, things can be a little bit rough. So a little bit more difficult getting that early Blink Dagger. Not too bad though. He already has his Tranquil Boots and his Soul Ring, the kind of classic poverty or sometimes even just rougher off-lane shaker.
Yeah. That's really going to be the timing when I think they hit their next peak. This movement now.
That was so they went over here and then they smoked, and they did go past this ward though, so they might suspect something's coming.
You can see that Vega are moving out as if expecting to be over
I think
here.
they thought it was coming this way because just the way they moved here and then smoked. Do you think they're wrapping and they were gonna like pressure with someone into the tower?
Oh. GH, they spot him. Mind Control there as well. Wants to go for the initial blink. Tried to cancel it. Sioma a little bit off the mark there, and oh, he's going to pay the price for it. So they find one kill. Definitely not who Liquid wanted with that one, but it was also Vega smoking, so both sides lose resources.
That was almost like the ward almost misled you there, because the way they went and how the creep wave was, you just kind of added up and you're like, oh, okay, maybe they're gonna try and smoke in here, and we can smoke in here, and we're gonna pop them, and they're gonna be behind trees, so they won't see us, but we have wards down, and we're gonna own them in this fight. But they went for this kind of awkward wraparound, and then if although you'd love to get a core, picking out the Shadow Demon just guarantees that they're not gonna get saved here too.
Oh, a very scary moment as well. All the TPs coming in right now to the shrine. They realize that Roche is going on. Mind Control is there. A good fissure block off by GH, but it's still not going to happen quickly enough, I don't think. And the rest of the heroes are now starting to come in. Vacuum Wall onto 2. Now it's down. Echo Slam a little bit off the mark, but they're all getting fogged by the Eclipse. The high ground vision is not there for Vega.
He's just trying to like waltz his way over here. His TP was on cooldown, so he's just like aimlessly wandering across the map.
Yeah.
Takes him so long. But nothing claimed here. Roche still relatively low. Dire Catapult heads on in. We'll be able to scout this out with the helm.
Yeah. Well, G takes the Invis rune. Needs to be careful not to get caught out. They actually drop a sentry though, and they're going to be able to spot him out. They don't have enough sustain, and actually going to get pushed back. Vacuum Wall onto 3. Is it going to be enough damage? Sonic Wave connects, but the mechanism is going to keep everybody very topped off. And now 2 caught by the fissure again. Very strong coming out. Oh, good disruption is going to be able to keep his buddy alive, but Ditiara eventually brought down by the Requiem of Souls. And now in the middle lane, Sioma the Slayer going to be the one that ends up getting the axe. Meanwhile, Mind Control very deep with the rest of his team away from them. They were able to find the kill onto G. We'll see if they can make Mind Control pay for that one. A vacuum back onto 2 of them. Sick charges keeping them alive. Oh, a good fissure by GH again. And are they going to go back in on this? They have a blink. Flame break available as well, but it's going to get Roche.
Scrappy engagement. Pretty wild coming from both sides. Nice attempt on the save there from the Reaper's side. Another good part about having Shadow Demon here, but ends up just being a setup for Miracle on that Requiem. From there, that fight was pretty well over. Nice chase down 2 onto G. I'm not even sure how Miracle got that. Or rather, Mind Control got that. I guess judging by where G died, it looked like he probably hit him with one last flame break, and just the damage over time got him in the end there. So Aegis secured. Well done here for Liquid. This build paying off for Miracle. So he just keeps on snowballing. And BKB's not too far away.
Yeah, and this is sort of one of those games where, I mean, it's the increased, movement speed and gain around each of the camps, all that other stuff. And looks like he will be able to give these creeps away to GH. So just wants to make sure that that Blink Dagger will be online for his buddy. What a pal. Miracle.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you get real 9K, guys.
Yeah, you let your shaker get blink. It's a pretty good item on that hero. does tend to help out.
Radiant's middle tower
You know he's going to be watching your back the entire time as Miracle here, so. Pressure on this tower with the Dragon Lance.
So I'm concerned about the ability of for Vega of Liquid to just pick off anybody in a fight almost instantaneously. Like, are we going to start seeing some glimmer capes here from the rest of Vega Squadron, or
Yeah.
how do you deal with it?
That's the classic, right? One thing people always go on about Necrophos, just buy a Glimmer. Salt does nothing. Those kind of things. Certainly a potential for it to happen. It also might need a blink, though, from the Shadow Demon, just to make sure you can always be in range, get the disruption off. Might be more important in a lot of these scenarios.
Okay.
For now, it's still not really feeling the effects of Queen of Pain. She's almost in the Orchid, and then she'll probably have a lot more relevance, but the BKB will be up by then on the Shadow Fiend, so we'll be looking mostly at Matumba Man. And he can just build into Greaves, though. Oh, actually, he went for Power Treads. My mistake, so those are just some blue treads there. So I guess he won't be able to have that save this game, which is at least one good thing for Vega. Have to wait a little bit longer before he can be dispelling.
Yeah. Went for the damage upgrade as well, so why not actually have some on a right click there. Snakeo gonna TP back away. He's in trouble. He has a DD rune though. Oh, vacuum back. He's gonna be caught out there. A ton of damage being dealt out. Snakeo needs to run away right now, but they are going to get the Aegis. And maybe a bit more off the back of this. They drop the wall. Nobody here to help him out. Nobody here to save him. No BKB. And they take him down. Ditya gets the kill, but everybody gets in on the money.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit greedy there, allowing Miracle to finish off the tower while they just wanted to get back and start pressuring out the other lanes, but left all alone. Shrines, they're pretty handy for these scenarios, allowing them to close the gap very quickly. And massive pick off there again for them, and yeah, almost had the goal for the BKB, but by the time he's back up, he'll hit like one wave and it'll be there. We might see another smoke out, as they do have all their abilities ready on the side of the Radiant, just a dead mid hero. But Vega is the real question. What can they start to get done here? Can they finally get G a little bit of action going now that he has this Orc, and now he can working towards a BKB? And GH could be the first target here, possibly even Kuro. Some lonely supports, but Vega looking a bit worried.
And they're going to group back up again. They had spotted him moving with that one ward, and unfortunately, they are all going to walk under the ward placed by Kuro. And Mind Control, do they want to test this? Fissure, a little bit off the mark. They pull back in G. Sioma is going to be here just outside of range right now. They can't
nice
get
play.
him. Oh, a great play by GH as well. Able to break them up, and they're not going to be able to get any of that damage off. They have dropped on the Eclipse, though. Mind Control going to take a lot of damage to this as well. Vacuum onto 2, and he should drop to this, but Miracle is showing up. He wants to play. Raise. Oh, they hit one of them, but quite enough to kill them both off. It probably will happen now, though. They're going to try and get Ditya out at the very least. See if Miracle can run him down. Doesn't have another Blink Dagger here. Meanwhile, Vega Mag is going to drop. So, pretty terrible fight for Vega. Walked under that ward and came back to haunt him.
Yeah, sick play by GH too. Just making sure that disruption wasn't going to get off. And that ward doing all the work in that engagement. Man, Mind Control is so fast on that lasso too. Just no time to react. I mean, not that you really do with a Queen of Pain and the animation for the blink, but just Shadow Demon not getting that moment in time there. He really needs some sort of extension. I think he is going for that Blink Dagger, but very difficult for him to get in this scenario. He's got a Queen of Pain that's still trying to get some items. She's 5,000-ish gold. Well, okay, well, I'll be nicer. 4,400 gold behind the Shadow Fiend, our opponent in the mid lane, and just everyone wanting gold on the side of Vega right now.
They need to be careful right now. Miracle is here, and run away, G. You don't want to be here any longer. Maybe they could kill off Matumba Man. It would be a really big play, and I guess the rest of them are far enough away. They go for the Orchid, jump forward, Sonic Wave, and pops the mechanism. Can they find the kill? They do end up bringing him down, but Miracle right on top of him. Nice blink away by G, and the TP out. They lift up, so they do not get the kill onto G, but they will take Snakeo. Well worth that trade, though.
Yep, well, that's not bad for Vega at all. Big rotation. They knock down the lasso there too, and it's still it's 600 and some gold swing for the side of Vega, so they'll be A-okay with that. Even StarLadder comes out on top at like 200 gold, so he's fine.
Yeah.
And Quap with 530. So G again being helped in towards his BKB. A little bit of space top lane too, and oh G.
Yep. It was all looking so good for a second. That's a tough one.
Radiant's middle tower.
No
Yeah.
doubt about it.
Ward discovered as it's being pinged out here by well, Meg and everyone else on the squad, the Vega.
And unfortunately, those just aren't kills that they can afford to give up at this point. Like, they're getting form on the rest of these heroes, and it's not such an insurmountable gold lead at this point. Like, they can still fight, but that window closes so much more quickly with each and every one of those pickoffs.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, now our focus will probably start to shift towards the Roche pit, and Liquid going for another typical pickup on the Bat Rider. Just stock and standard build for mind control. It's not broken, don't fix it. Heads in towards that gem, so start closing out this vision, which has been heavily invested into by Vega too. Some great wards along this here line. Some will probably be dissipated by the time he gets to them, but still gonna at least feel secure knowing that they've been eliminated and get a little bit of gold too. This helps pay back for your gem. Some rebates.
Yeah, and you compare that vision right now to what Liquid have, and it's really not at all close. Are they going to get this D ward? Do they have? They don't have sentries with them. They have the blink on Shadow Demon though, so that is another really key pickup. You were talking about that earlier. Is it just whoever gets caught by the Earthshaker at the start, or do you save that for the person getting
It's definitely
ultied?
fight dependent, but either one of those is a good way for it to start. You probably want to wait until at least like the second spell's been committed, so if someone just gets fissured, you don't want to just like blink in, right? Or it's going to set up for Shadow Fiend, but
Yeah.
if you can cancel out either the blink and the enchant totem then happening, or anything along those lines, so... We shall see. It's not a fix-all, right? It's not just going to make this immediately like, aha! We have one engagement. There's still plenty of things they need to worry about between a 10-second BKB yet to be used at all by Miracle, despite like running into a couple different people here.
Yeah, that's true. And being like, this is such a huge power spike for him because you've invested really heavily into this Orchid for G. Spent the first 20 minutes farming it up, and they managed to get a kill, which was great on the Necro. But I guess the main target would probably be GH, I guess, or maybe Kuro.
Yeah, he'd be okay. Mind control wouldn't be the worst thing either, I guess, but he is his Yule, so could just cancel it out. But Kuro would be a pretty nice dream. He's just in such a good spot.
Yeah.
The best target you're likely to find will just be Matamba, man. Like in the middle of the engagements, if you can just stop some of his heals coming out, maybe you can stop him actually getting the scythe off, and he's the only one that will be in a spot when not able to cancel it off.
You can see the movement down here. All of Liquid showing up for this, but Tumba Man left alone for a moment near the creeps. Do they
Deja vu.
dare? I mean, they have Shivas now, so
He's so tanky.
they don't want to go for it. Maybe just push out the creep wave here, or
Matamba? He knows?
Crush?
Hello?
Crush? All right, get the hell out of there. Time to run away.
Back, dude. Everyone's all about these plays lately. There's so many things along the tree line and everything, but you can see just by the way they're pushing to the top lane too, and how little attention they've been able to pay down bottom, it kind of makes sense that someone will be doing this, either hiding in there or down in here. So good scout out, and he forces them away. Might allow this lane to push out a bit. And Roche in a minute 20. Oh, Miracle gets another haste rune, but no bottle
they got
left to
eyes on
hold it.
Tower is under attack.
Mind control, jumping immediately onto Ditchia, right?
Oh, no.
Where is it? They need the blink. Hey, blink is getting canceled. Oh, Sealma's gone. Oh, that really hurts.
Yeah, he walked into the
man.
Firefly.
Attack.
All right. Well, that is not what they needed. 1,300 gold swing off the back of that, and well, they can push out these other lanes to the best of their abilities, but feeling more and more like this game is almost in the bag for Liquid. 2 damage per soul as well for Shadow Fiend now.
7,500 gold lead. We still have the Darkseer effect, you know, quite a few games turned around by this lad. So maybe
gonna be buyback.
some sort of a vacuum could happen if they go for a Luna buyback, but into a Scream of Pain and some Sonic Waves, we might be able to get something done here as the Butterfly now arrives for Miracle.
Yeah, this guy is stacked up. large and in charge, and they are going to probably need that buyback. Sioma jumps into hell, and vacuum wall onto 3 in the midst of the fissure. Sonic Wave also going to connect. GH is gone. They're buying back on Luna, trying to jump into the midst of all of this, and they end up catching her immediately. Oh, the Eclipse is going to do a good amount to mind control, almost able to bring them down. The right clicks are going to be there, and they find 3 from Liquid going down. Mag is going to drop. Miracle so low, 1 HP. They do get the kill.
Wait,
Holy crap.
that was the Necrophos illusion aura.
What? Oh my god. Oh. I saw it tick 1 HP and just come down at the end, so Necro Heartstopper
I don't know if
aura.
I've seen that one. That was pretty good.
Ow.
Right.
Big plays. I would love a fight recap. I'm not sure if we're going to get it this time around, but oh man. A huge gold swing, no doubt about it. Matumbaman's going to jump into all of them. Buyback by Batrider. Roche very low now. GH is here as well, but looks like they're going to try and bail.
Yo, how about that Darkseer though? I mean, what a hero, honestly.
Oh yeah. Seneko? What? Seneko? He TP'd in again. Ditchia Raw going to be controlled. Matumbaman is there. They've got it. Oh, he's going to end up dropping. They find the kill. G also trying to make something happen, but they just need to bail. They were not prepared for the amount of backup that they had on the side of Liquid. They're going to try and take down G. They get the double. Now finding Sioma as well. He's going to have to blink out of there. Complete and total disaster. They did manage to take down the kill onto Matumbaman with that ulti, so Sioma gets something back, but it's a triple for mind control, and probably Roche soon to be on the menu. Darkseer is trying to show back up again. I guess go around from behind.
I don't know. I think he was just gonna jungle or something, but it's not like he can do it. Everyone's dead.
All right. Well, they've got the buyback on Shadow Demon, who gets the imprisonment out, but Miracle is here, and well, that might just be curtains. Another vacuum wall. Can they do enough damage? Oh, a good crush follow-up. Okay, Miracle actually doing a good amount of damage to himself. Is he gonna... Oh, good lift up by the Yule Scepter. Gonna keep away from Miracle for the moment. Mind control goes down. Somehow with these 3 heroes, they've been able to hold back Shadow Demon, as well as the Darkseer doing a lot of work.
This is getting a little bit wild here.
Yeah, Roche is still
turnaround
at half
after
HP.
turnaround.
I missed that one. And Liquid still end up on top for the moment. You know, 10,000 net worth. But there's a chance they could find and kill GH here. This would be pretty huge. Snako looking. Ooh.
Oh, that's Roche.
Oh. So Mompac, where are we at right now? How are both of these 2 teams feeling about the game, and what do you feel like the objectives are over this next couple of minutes?
It's still very uphill, I think, for Vega. Despite the way he's been going, they've certainly done a very nice job, considering the deficits, and maybe G's BKB can turn some of this around. We've already seen, I guess it really just comes down to Mag. It looks really good, but Mag has hit 2 big 4 or 5-man vacuums so far, so just always getting those illusions going, doing plenty of right-click damage. So it all just comes down to that continuously happening. But the only way that happens, at least we assume, will be when they're just forcing into these big 5-man engagements like down the mid lane. So if Liquid just want to keep splitting and avoiding those kind of fights, waiting for them to get a little bit greedier on Vega and finding some pickoffs, because they have Batrider, they have this Necrophos with a blink dagger, so you can just like jump out of the trees and blink and throw that scythe on top of you. Then you're still just going to lose as Vega if someone gets caught out. Like, there is certainly the chance that if you give them enough space, Vega could just farm their way back into this game and be terrifying. BKBs are very good against the side of Liquid, but it's just too much pickoff, it looks like.
Well, they got Ditchia Sioma. They get them. That's a pretty nice little play there, but meanwhile in the middle of it, oh, Matt got stunned up. He couldn't get it off. No vacuum wall in this fight, and that was the big turnaround. Sonic Wave trying to take down Miracle. He is very low right now, and A just about to wear off. G able to escape. They are maybe going to be able to find that kill, and vacuum wall comes out for Mag. He shows back up to play. G takes down the kill. Mag is running away. Ditchia Ross still very large, and it looks like they're going to be able to bring him down. GH jumps in on top of G. G going to try and blink out, able to make the escape, at least for the moment. Oh, they're on top of him. Nope, they can't do it. But they did take down Miracle in this one, although Mag is not quite going to drop. Gets the shrine.
That would have been a painful dieback. We get a fight recap. Hey,
There it
we
is.
do. Woohoo. Okay, so yeah, still a big win for Liquid. I mean, 4 dead plus the buyback.
Yeah.
Darkseer and yep. Man, if Mag had to get off that vacuum though, that could have been very bad for Liquid. He actually almost found the fight that they really needed.
Yeah, I don't think he got Guardian Greaves off even. I'm not sure. He might have, but it's...
Yeah, he was dead pretty fast, and Sioma actually the one who made that fight even possible. He disjointed the right click coming in from Miracle. Miracle wisely blinking aggressively. The second they saw the Luna, he was looking for that Shadow Demon, and he almost got the right click off to cancel the blink, but just a little bit faster there from the Shadow Demon. So they'll clean up the range racks. Not a massive loss for Vega. The biggest thing they lost was just another opportunity to try and crowd this back in through some sort of a jungle fight. The objective itself not so important.
Yeah. Well, and I guess the other thing about this is that you look at the net worth, sure, Miracle up on top, but he's proven that he can be taken down. You know, there's mobility that he has in the Blink Dagger as well as the Hurricane Pike, which isn't necessarily built towards like a ton of the damage. He's got that through other means. But across the rest of the board, everybody else is catching up right now for Vega. You got Luna who's just a little bit behind the Necro. StarLadder has a Hand of Midas and has been able to build back into a Glimmer Cape, so more save potential. There's pieces of this where you need to be a little bit worried if you're Liquid at this point.
What surge is this?
Yeah, they do need to keep finding these pickoffs, and perhaps Vega will be able to get some vision up around the map, some wards going, make sure that won't happen. But with the gem of mind control, it all gets rather difficult.
Yeah.
So far, 5-man Dota though, sticking together. And they'll just eliminate a shrine here.
Yeah.
Liquid hadn't quite gotten done yet.
And that is probably the most important shrine in the game, honestly, just being able to get in there and help out the Roche fight. So will become a lot more difficult for Vega as the game goes on. We're also starting to get closer to those level 25 talents. Actually, Liquid, they have their eyes up top here, and backdoor protection's about to be disabled on all of this.
Yeah, and Mind Control, he's fishing mid, but not going to find anyone. You see Mind Control, this is the same solution we saw in the other game when there was that save potential. I think it was a Shadow Demon too, but the whole idea of just not going for like BKBs or anything because it's the target that you're worried about, it's not something happening to you. So he'll go for that lasso bonus with the Agnum Scepter so he can grab a secondary target and disrupt their plans. Yeah, bottom lane, a lot of pressure.
Look at this decision. They're leaving their tier 4s there.
Miracle has no TP.
What? Oh my god, Miracle.
It's okay, it's okay. It's not gonna matter.
Alright. Alright.
Fine. They don't have any wards anyway, so they don't really know where he is.
You scared me there for a second, Trent.
Hey, I'm just saying, the thing is they don't know. So here comes the courier. It's coming. The saving little Cthulhu is gonna fly across and give Miracle his bailout.
Would have been a nice moment for them there. It does look like Vega could think about going back. Nah, they're not going to. Luna's already back. Ditchira here. And maybe a battle without either of them as they lift up Snako. There's the Glimmer Cape to try and make his escape. They managed to find him though. Gem is up and online, and now they're going to end up having a nice little pick off there against Snako.
There was definitely a bailout call there from Ditchira. He saw the courier come across and he pinged in. He was like, hey, that's a TV for Miracle flying into our jungle, guys. It might be time to bail out, as they were very close to that shrine. So he shows up, and fortunate they only got one.
Absolutely. Well, currently 38 minutes into this game. It's a 15,000 net worth lead and as well as experience. But with the high ground defense that Vega's shown so far, Liquid can't be too cavalier about it, as they look to be set up again. Creep waves are just going to keep on getting spammed out here, and maybe it's just, you know, Liquid looking for a way in. They have wards everywhere.
Yeah, it's such a dark game for Vega too. If you switch over to their perspective, they can't see anything. That's why these heroes are back here. They have no clue where they are right now. She's kind of playing blind. They've been off the map for a while. Now they'll just show them Matumba Man, but they don't know this entire consolidation of Radiant is right here. They have a scan, so they could attempt some sort of smoke play, but they're just being scared out the whole time. Still haven't sentried their base. A little surprising. They're just gonna. That's maybe just. It's a tough game, so they're not thinking clearly. So often that we see these happen, but they were completely spotted out.
Maybe this alerts them to the idea that they are people there, as if they miss any type of initiation. Kuro is going to be here to place down a ward and spot out any movement. They're scanning the area where they expect they might be. The Dire right now. No such luck. Instead, Liquid are just going to do their own movement, so... They have a smoke as well? Kuro? GH? Anybody? Doesn't look like it. They don't have one on the courier either. They do have a Hyperstone on the courier, which is a little bit terrifying.
Well, it's the AC now, and Vision, well, finally they get one ward out on the map. They see just Dazzle, now Bat Rider, so some idea as to what Liquid are up to, but just this gem really paying off for the side of Liquid here.
Wow.
No, well, at least Mind Control moves past it now, so maybe this ward will get to survive a little bit longer.
There it is, though. They spot the ward inside their own base and are probably kicking themselves at least a little bit now.
Yeah, that's a good call, though. After that smoke play happened, they're like, okay, yeah, they definitely saw us. And this ward, again, still lives. Oh, Mind Control. Oh, he didn't see it. Sneaky ward. This thing is just doing work right now. It spotted Necro, spotted those guys in there, and now it's going to see Shaker, although he's just cleaning up waves anyway, so it doesn't really matter. They already have a generally good idea that they're all bottom.
It does sort of give the vision and the idea for G now that he can move out across the map as well as Seneko, and I mean, Seneko's getting closer to that BKB, so whatever you can take at this point.
Well, Liquid just keep the choke going. They have a DD on Miracle. They might want to test the waters here, but they're also still waiting for Roche at the same time. But there's a creep mid, so there's no backdoor, and that's a glyph force. They could even just be happy with this, but until someone shows, he's got that big BKB.
Oh, God.
Nice.
DD Rune made quick work of that tower as well. And now, vacuum wall, onto 2, crush follow-up, not bad. The Echo Slam to counter-initiate, though, onto 3, it's pretty decent. Seneko dropping low, not dead as of yet, but the Sonic Wave comes through. Miracle may be in some trouble now as well. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to run them down, though. The buyback from StarLadder, he wants to get back in and party. The blink away by Matumba, man. Now Flame Break, Seneko looking for the opening. Kuro is up on the high ground. He's just going to TP out of there. Oh, man. Really good stuff there from the side of Liquid, but Miracle going to be able to get out. He has the blink.
So
Force. Still looking for that opening. He doesn't have another blink right now. Trying to get back and away. Oh, they completely outplayed Seneko there, but they're going to end up losing their own life port. I don't think so. Mag now also in trouble. Holy crap, they played him like a fiddle. Vega overextend, wanting to go for the kill, and Jesus, that was really rough to watch.
Yeah, I can understand, though. They knew they wouldn't be able to contest Roche. It would be too far away. The next time they come, they're going to have Aegis, and that was their best shot at a good engagement. So I like that play coming up from the side of Vega. But Liquid, very good game from them. They got control. Maybe a couple up and downs in that graph, but for the most part, steady climb the whole way through. And they handed over 7.00 whatever, 7.01, 7.02. And they beat it. They did it. Yeah. The Queen of Pain was probably the biggest issue, I would say, in terms of like what we were seeing from up above here. Just not able to get much done. Liquid not giving the opportunity on the dives, just playing very passively and kind of just patiently with the Dazzle, chilling near that SF all the time. And Matumba was just